Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your man, Chris Thorns. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you watch my content. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me say this. If you ever caught my live last night or the video that I put up, well, actually, the video that I put up last night, they were separate about the 60-year-old pervert. That actually was a split video that I did from the live. So if you go watch my live about the teen that killed his mom, I mean, it's going to be in there, it's gonna be in there as well. But I purposely wanted to do that video separate because I just want y'all to understand, man. You just can't keep bringing any and everybody around your children, especially your daughters. All right. So if you haven't, please go check out that video about the 60-year-old man that killed that 60-year-old girl or whatnot. Okay. But anyway, y'all know what time it is. It's time for another story. So let's get right into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you will take a look over there where the spinning globe at, you finna see a picture. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do a quick story about this young man right here. This is 1-year-old Noah Jordan. Let me make sure I'm saying his name right, which I believe I am. Yes, it is Noah Allen Jordan. That is his name. I'm doing this story because I'm in a group where people's talking about it, and I think I was tagged a couple of times in this story. So I said, hey, why not? And I got a little time, so I'll go ahead and just do this story. Now the backstory is he was reported missing yesterday around 11 o'clock, I want to say, or around 11:09 a.m. Specifically, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm gonna get into it in just a minute. He was reported missing. They had a dive team that went to go look for him. They called out the search last night because it got too late. Well, unfortunately, they continued to search this morning and they found little Noah body. So he is no longer with us. Rest in heaven to this young man right here, Noah Allen Jordan. Okay. With that being said, let's see. I want to bring this up and want to put this over here. So for people who don't know the story, which I mean I don't know the story, so I'm kind of like gonna be following along with y'all, but I know a lot of people probably have been following this story heavy, and probably especially people who is around that around in neck of the woods. So let's see, let's put this up right here. There we go. You see, it says Kent County Sheriff's Office, body of missing 1-year-old found. This is the interview that they did where he went missing, so I'm not gonna play that because there's really no need to play there right now. Well, if I was live, I would have played it, but this is a pre-recorded, so there's no need for me to play that. But it says right here, the body of missing 1-year-old from Byron Township was found Monday morning. Authorities say. All right. Or excuse me, I had okay. Here's the backstory. It says a 1-year-old Noah Allen Jordan went missing around 11:05 a.m. Sunday. I said 11:09. Sorry, it is 11:05. He went missing. And Cutler Estates neighborhood located at 6,000 block of Fork Avenue, southwest near Division and M6. Noah's body was recovered about a mile from his home in Buck Creek, which authorities said they were concerned about during their search. The creek had been flowing higher and faster than normal due to recent rainfall. Police utilized drone teams, fire crews, a dive team, and search and rescue crews to search for Noah. After calling off the search Sunday around 10 p.m., the effort continued Monday, and the body was located around 9 a.m. Okay, it's 11:06 my time. I don't know if we're on the same time zone or not, but it's 11:06 my time. Kent County investigators was on the scene interviewing the parents and neighbors for more information. Sunday, it was believed that Noah had not traveled far from his home. Here goes some of the pictures right here. That's wild, crazy. So sad, so sad. They said that almost 2-year-old not going to be able to travel as straight far. You know what, guys? And I'm glad they put this up here because I say this all the time when it comes to stories about children missing. And that'd be one of my things. I always say that children be missing. They're not going to go far. Where they're going to go, especially if they're not familiar with their neighborhood. If they're not familiar with the neighborhood, then a child is not going to go too far. All right. So I want y'all to understand that whenever it comes to a missing child and stuff like that, and they talk about they wonder our trust they believe, the child is not going to go far. They're not going to go far, especially if they not just really aware of their neighborhood, okay? They are not going to go far. So I am glad that they put that up in there. And guys, hold on. I got to check on something real quick. Hold on. I got to pause real quick. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I had to take us a bit real quick. But yeah, I want to get back to what I was saying. I want people to understand, though, when it comes to these stories about missing children stuff, they're not going to travel far. Especially they don't know the neighborhood, and then especially when you get the stories about they was barefoot and half naked. I just don't believe they're going to travel far, let alone I don't believe that they went missing at all, period, So, yeah, so I'm glad they put that out there like that. So it goes on to say, so we're going to obviously search an entire perimeter through, and that's why we have our experts here from the Kent County Search and Rescue. This is what they do, says Sergeant Eric Brunner with the Sheriff's Office. Brunner said Noah's family is working with the Sheriff's Office resources to support them at this time. Our hearts are with the family and friends of Noah during this difficult time. KCSO will continue to support the family during this time of grieving. KCSO release reads. And that's pretty much it.
Here we go.
Remember, Mom is a kayak denier, so please don't
that?
bring it up.
Okay, I don't know what that is. And then also, I read in another article where they saying they don't suspect any wrongdoing at this time. They don't suspect the parents did anything or any foul play or whatnot. But however, though, I want to play this quick video that I saw. It's supposed to be an update about him being. Well, it don't talk about him being found, but still, the update was interesting, and I saw some comments that kind of caught my attention as well. So let's have a listen.
So the Kent County Sheriff's Office is back on scene this morning to continue our search efforts. Today, our focuses are the creek. That was a concern. Water levels in the flow yesterday could hamper things. It's down about 12 inches already per some folks on scene with us. We're also having our air assets deployed today. The concern is overnight and through yesterday, we've reached out to the public through the media, and we haven't had any reported sightings or tips. And so that's why our focus is returning back to that creek specifically. We want to continue to search there very thoroughly today. So we're going to continue to remain on scene. And our investigators yesterday through the course of the day have stopped to just about every home in the community just to see if there's a chance someone saw something, if there was something maybe caught on a camera that could help us establish a timeline. So our investigators are still working on that, doing a neighborhood canvass throughout the area. But then we have several teams from the Kent County Sheriff's Office. Our dive team, our Marine unit is here, our neighboring law enforcement partners, the Ottawa County Sheriff's Office dive team. The Michigan State Police will be arriving shortly to help also with their dive and search efforts. Georgetown Township Fire is assisting Cutlerville Fire. So several agencies on scene helping us with that. And our focus is to methodically, systematically search that creek moving downstream with it.
So of all the people you talked to in the neighborhood, no one had seen it?
Correct. Initially, early on, we had maybe one sighting come in, but it was around, if not before the time that he was reported missing. That Noah was reported missing around 11 o'clock yesterday. But going on now, 12 obviously greater plus hours, no tips or sightings have been reported.
Yesterday you guys mentioned that you saw footprints by the shoreline. Couldn't confirm obviously if those were his. Did his parents see him outside, or was he last inside the home?
Yeah, parents last saw him in the home, and as you know, as a parent, sometimes you turn your head one way and now your kiddo's just, they're disappeared off doing the next thing, and that's the instance of in this particular case. 1 minute he's there, the next minute the kiddo's gone, so they start to frantically look like any parent would do, and then they contacted us. So yes, in regards to the footprint found on the bank of the creek, yes, there was an impression there. However, can we confirm that it's Noah's? we can't. But yes, we do take that into account. We document it, obviously photograph that and everything that we need to do. So we can't exactly prove that that is his, but again, that's one more thing. The creek's in close proximity to the home, so that's why our focus is really turning that way.
Were there any other markers or anything else that you guys, I mean, I know you've been looking at the entire community and talking to them. Anything else, any tips or anything that might indicate that he is in the creek?
Yeah, no tips or evidence to show that he is, but that's just a concern. Many times when children go missing, Noah is nonverbal. He's almost 2 years old, so still technically a 1-year-old. And sometimes kids are fascinated with, cars or water and things like that. And due to the high flow rate, especially yesterday, it was approximately waist deep in that area, and normally it's knee deep. So that's why it's a concern to us, because normally we don't have to search at all, and citizens will call in if they see a kid by themselves walking down the street. That's second nature for folks in our community. Oh, a kid must be lost, so they call. But with this large of a presence and no tips coming in, that's why it's concerning for us.
Is the search still mainly just in Cutler Estates?
I want y'all to hear something that he just said. Another thing I always say when I do these these videos and whatnot. He said, with a large presence like this, that's concerning. With a large presence like this, meaning I guess that neighborhood, that area, with a large presence like this, nobody saw him. You heard what he said earlier. Usually somebody sees somebody's child wandering, they would call them and say, hey, this child must be lost. So that's one of the things he caught my attention in this video, where he said that right there. And I always say that, again, I got to stress this. You got a neighborhood like that, an apartment complex that a child wandered off and nobody saw the child. That's always puzzling to me. Always puzzling to me.
You extended it outside of this?
The search has extended outside of and northward. I believe they searched approximately over 1.5 miles of shoreline up and down from here. But the Buck Creek is flowing north from here, so that's why the concern would be north. So if there was an entry point into the creek behind us by the bridge, the flow is heading north, so that's where more of the search efforts would be focused.
How big is the Buck Creek? How long does it go?
I don't know how far it stretches. I do know it stretches to the Grand River.
I know you were asking people not to organize their own search parties. Are you kind of still asking that of people, or what's your advice to the community who wants to try to help?
Yeah, obviously we understand as community members, as parents, if that was your child, I know that you would not be out there searching. The people you see behind me have specialized equipment, boats, and hardware to help them move through that water. It can be dangerous because all of a sudden that water drops off to 10 feet in certain places, and there's a sharp turn in the current. Those guys have to be careful. And so we don't want a community member to have a mishap, and then we now have to divert our rescue resources to them. So
I could
just
agree
ask
to that.
again,
I could agree to
your
that.
powers of observation. If you see something, say something and let us know, and we will send the plenty of staff that we have out there to help search.
All right. So again, I want to play them because they really piqued my interest. This interview. Now, I think this was before they found about a little bit before they found his body. And another thing that he did point out, I will agree with him. A lot of times, you can't look 1 minute you see your child, and another minute you won't see the child. So I totally agree with that. But now here's another question that I always got to ask. And understand, I'm not saying that's what happened in this situation, unless it comes out and say this what happened in this situation. With that being said, we have to ask now, were they already outside? Or were they inside the house? Or what was happening, prior to him coming up missing? And another question is, if they was in the house, was he able to open the door to get out the house, or was the door already halfway open? Things like that. You want to ask how, which I'm pretty much sure all this going to be played out after a while, because I'm pretty much sure they're going to do a press conference about this. And I'm going to try to catch it or whatnot. But, you just have to ask questions like that, because even though they saying right now that they don't suspect the parents did anything wrong, and they probably didn't. Who knows? But it's those questions still have to be asked. As a matter of fact, another story similar to this I just did about a young man. His body was found in a pond. I can't remember his name, but I just recently did that story about a couple of weeks ago. His body was found in the pond, and what came out in their story was somebody came out comment section and said that he has gotten out. It said that he's got out the house plenty of times before, you know. So the one that's first rodeo that he got out the house, I think he was also nonverbal, if I'm not mistaken. Now I had to go back and look up his name. I think he was also nonverbal. He was autistic, or he was one of the two, you know. But they say Noah was nonverbal. All right. So, with that being said, I want to show y'all something where I got this video from. Right here. No, that's not where I got that video from. Oh, is it? Okay. This is where I... oh, damn, excuse me. This is where I got this video from, or the update. I got it from right here. WOOD TV8. That's their video. Let me give them that credit. Somebody said right here, which I don't know how they got this, but maybe they looked in deeper to the story. I don't know. Somebody said right here is just what I thought. The parents, as usual, shaking my motherfucking head. I don't think he said anything about it was the parents, but like I said, unless they did deeper research and it's pointing at the parents, I don't know. Let's see right here. Let's see, this is what I'm saying. Right here. This person right here. A 1-year-old gets out the front door. Not saying it's not possible, but they're questioning their theory. That's what they're saying right here. All right. Somebody right here is saying, wow, where's CPS and CASA? Where's CPS and CASA? I don't know what CASA is at. Poor baby boy. They were supposed to keep their eye on their baby at all times. I'm not hearing them trying to sugarcoat and whitewash this situation. This is what they saying right here. Somebody right here said, let's see the parents. Let them talk to the camera. Is it another parent killing? Missing baby. That's where my mind goes first. I'm not the only one. You're not the only one. Whoever said this, you're not the only one. That's usually where my mind goes too. You know. Let's see. He's on cheap birth control. Say what need to be payable. Okay, well, that comment was irrelevant. You know, somebody talking about some abortions or something like that. That comment was irrelevant. But yeah, you know, again, guys, that video caught my attention, and some of the comments caught my attention too. You know, and I'm sorry, they're just some of the things that just go through my head. You know, you just got to ask those questions. You know, how, what, when, and where. Okay, you can't just really go in a store and just take the first thing that you hear and say, oh, that's what happened. No, you know, if you're somebody like me or you're somebody like other content creators, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you want to search knee deep and see what's really going on, okay? But again, right now, they are saying in one of the articles they not suspecting the parents. They don't suspect any wrongdoing. They saying right now they just believe this just was a tragic accident, that the child just wandered off and he drowned, okay? And if that is the truth, hey, heart goes out to the family. And as always, rest in heaven to the children. But of course, this is fresh, so we just have to see what happens. And I'm pretty much sure they're gonna come out with a conference sometime later today. You know, and hopefully I can catch it. But for anybody who is covering the story and they do come out with a conference, y'all know how to get in contact with me and send the conference too, because I'd love to hear what they had to say about this or whatnot. let alone when the parents had the strength to. I would like for them to come explain what happened as well. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, share your thoughts and your opinions about this story. Again, rest in heaven, young Noah, and stay tuned for more stories and more updates, and catch y'all next time. Peace out.